my god, look at the biceps. Long live the gym. Hello everyone, I hope you are doing well, you and your loved ones and everyone you care about. Today's video is special. I can confidently say that it's the best video so far in the channel. It is so useful. So give me your ears, give me your brain, and let's speak. I'm gonna start with the first point, which is you do not see the world with your eyes. You see the world with your brain. Your eyes do not see. It's your brain that sees. How? I'll explain it. So your eyes do not understand nothing. Your eyes just capture the light. That light will get turned into electrical signal and goes to your brain. When it enters your brain steps in and it asks itself, what does that mean? And almost all the time, the information that we get from our eyes is incomplete. So the brain has to guess, what does that mean? And what does it use to guess? Exactly what you already believe in, what you already know. For example, if you got a message saying okay, just okay, a dry okay, your eyes capture the light and the shapes of the letter O and the letter K, send that to your brain. Cool. Now your brain has to give it a meaning. But okay is incomplete. Your brain has to fill the gap. So if your belief is negative, your brain will say they are annoyed. Oh, something bad is happening. But if your belief is positive, your brain will just see the message and be like, maybe they are busy, okay, nothing serious. Same message, same light, different reality, different interpretation. It's not your eyes that see, it's your brain that see reality. Another example. There's an illusion called Kaniza or Kanitsa triangle, something like that. Look at the screen, I'm gonna put the picture right now. You see 3 circles and some shapes, isn't it? Do you see the white triangle in the center? Do you see the 3 parts, the 3 edges of the white triangle? The 3 lines of the white triangle? Of course you do. But why do you see the triangle and it does not exist? Why do you see the triangle so sharply and it does not exist? The triangle is not drawn. Your brain drawn it to you because that's what it expected. The real image have no triangle, but yet you can see the triangle that is in the center so clearly. You can even see its edges that does not exist. So your eyes just transfer the light that's coming from that phone or PC you're watching me on, and it's your brain that filled the gap. It showed you sharply a triangle in the center while it does not even exist, because that's what your brain expected to see. Again, look at this sentence. You can read this even if it's wrong. Your eyes are seeing the wrong letters, but your brain does not stop. It automatically fixes the mistakes and gives you the correct meaning. If you know those words, you would be able to correct them. If you don't know them, your brain will be forced to fill the gap with other words that don't have the same meaning that I wrote. You see how dangerous this is. Almost all the time, we get incomplete informations from that light that gets captured with our eyes. And our brain has to fill the gap with what we know, with our past experiences. You see just what you know. And your brain is actively building the reality that you see around you all the time. You do not see reality as it is. Your eyes do not see reality as it is. Your eyes just capture the light. It's your brain that sees reality according to what your brain expects to see. And what does it expect to see? Exactly what you expect to see according to your beliefs. Let's give another example. The checker shadow illusion, as you can see in the screen. The squares A and B look like different colors, isn't it? One looks dark, one looks light, but they are actually the same color. Your brain automatically said, this brain is in the shadow, so it should be lighter than it is. And this brain is in the light, so it should be darker than it is. Even though both squares send the same light information to your brain forces them to look different, to match what it expects in real life. I'm gonna link the video of someone in the description box, of someone that actually separated those boxes and showed why they have the same color. So your eyes do not show you reality. They send signals. And then your brain decides what those signals mean. It will fill the gaps, it will correct the errors, and even show you things that are not there, like that triangle you saw. Two people can receive exactly the same external information, but their brains will interpret it so differently. So scientifically, you are not experiencing the world as it is. You are experiencing a brain-generated model of the world that is built from sensory input, which is your eyes, plus your past memories and experiences, plus your expectations, plus your predictions. Maybe reality around you is not what it seems to be. For example, colors. Color is created by the brain. Color is not a physical thing that exists in the object itself. What actually exists in the world is light, and light travels in waves, and each wave have a different length. That's what we call a wavelength. So what objects really do? Objects do not have color, but they interact with the light. They absorb some wavelengths and they reflect other wavelengths. That's it. So for example, when you see a red apple, what is happening? It's just white light that hit the apple. The apple absorbed most of the wavelengths and reflected other wavelengths. Your eyes detected the wavelengths, and inside your eyes there are cells that respond to light, and they do not actually see green or red. They just send signals like this wavelength is stronger, this wavelength is weaker. And then your brain receives the signals, and what does it do? It asks itself, what color should this be? Then it creates the experience of red. So red is not in the apple, red is in your brain. If color really existed in the objects, then everyone would see the same shade of the colors. But this is not the case. We don't see the same shade of colors. Some people have a different type of color vision. They will see the apple, they will receive the same light from the apple, but their brain will construct a different experience of color. So color is not something that is there in the external world. It's what your brain created for you. You see how strong and powerful is the brain. If your brain can create what does not even exist, if your brain can see something and turn it into something else, then what does that do to your life? If your brain makes you see what you believe in, then you should pay attention to what you believe in. You should pay attention to your thoughts. It's not your eyes that see. It's your brain that translates the reality that you see according to what you expect. Why don't you start expecting the positive thing to happen? Why don't you start expecting seeing opportunities everywhere all the time? If you expect to see opportunities, then your brain will see them, because it's not your eyes that see, it's your brain. Your eyes will just reflect the light from what is happening next to you, and your brain will pick every opportunity possible. We go to the third point, which is the placebo effect. So the placebo effect shows that belief alone in your mind can create a real physiological response, real physiological changes in your body. For example, in medical studies, people were given fake treatment, like sugar pills, and they were told that this is the real treatment. And many of them still experience the improvement in pain or in symptoms. So what happened here? The brain just believed in an idea, expected a result, and it activated a whole biological process. Another example, a person believed that he took painkillers. What happened? His brain literally released endorphins, chemicals that reduce pain, even though he took no actual real drug. So belief only influenced his biology. So what does that mean for you? If you believe that it will work, then your brain will physically reduce stress and increase your stability while doing that hard work. If you believe it will not work, your brain will increase stress and fatigue signals earlier. If you expect something to succeed, your dopamine response will increase and you will tolerate discomfort longer. But if you expect failure, your motivation will drop and the work will feel heavier than it is. So only belief, your belief only, can fuel you or stop you. Your brain can make you see what does not even exist. And your brain can block you from seeing what's in front of your eyes. And that's called inattentional blindness, which means you miss what you do not focus on. And this inattentional blindness shows that your brain can literally miss things that are right in front of you if your attention is not focused on them. And the best proof on that is the gorilla experiment. So people were asked to count passes between basket players. And while they were focused on counting the passes, a person wearing a gorilla costume walks through the scene. And the surprise, many participants did not notice him. God, wearing a gorilla costume, how can you not notice him? That only shows you that your brain filters reality according to what you focus on, according to what you're giving your attention to. If you're not giving your attention to something, you will not notice it. Often, that's what will happen. So you do not experience the world as it is. You do not experience reality as it is. You experience what your focus will select. That's why we all see reality differently. To everyone, his own reality. Because we don't have the same brain. Because we do not put our attention in the same thing. Because we do not have the same past experiences and we do not expect the same thing. So what are you focusing on? Are you focusing on the bad or the good? Are you focusing on the fact that you can actually do it? Or are you focusing on the fact that it will fail? Are you focusing on the fact that you have what it takes? You are strong? You are capable? Or are you focusing on the fact that my friends call me a loser and I'm actually lazy? Choose your thoughts. As you choose your clothes, choose your thoughts. Because your thoughts become your reality. And that takes me to my next point, which is confirmation bias. Which means your brain will tend to, for example, if someone believes that he is bad at social interactions, his brain will strongly remember the moments where the interaction was awkward, but his brain will ignore or forget moments where interactions actually went well. He interacted normally with people. His brain will ignore that because that's not what he believes in. And over time, this becomes his reality. So belief does not just sit in your brain. Your belief becomes your reality. Because your brain is trying to find proof of what you believe in. It will explain everything next to you as proof to what you believe in. Let's take, for example, someone who thinks people judge me when I walk outside. He goes outside and his brain will start scanning the environment for proof. If someone looks in his direction, his brain will tell him they are judging you. If someone laughs, his brain will tell him they are laughing at you. If someone looks away, his brain will tell him they are ignoring you. But in reality, most of these events did not happen. People are just minding their businesses. People are just laughing. So what's actually happening? Your brain does not look at reality as it is. Your brain does not look at reality objectively. No. It takes neutral events that happen next to you and it turns them into evidence of what you already believe in. Oh my god, look at the biceps. Long live the gym. We go to the next point, which is your beliefs are self-fulfilling prophecy. Because your beliefs do not just change how you think or your thoughts. Your beliefs change your behavior. If someone, for example, think I will fail, they may avoid studying and working. And what's going to be the result? They will fail. Then the failure confirms the belief. So the belief helped create the outcome that proved itself right. And it becomes a loop. Belief creates outcome, the outcome confirms the belief. So your beliefs are self-fulfilling prophecy. What you believe in is going to become your outcome. So what do you believe in? Pay attention to what do you believe in. Do you believe that you will succeed or do you believe that you will fail? It's up to you. And you better have positive beliefs about yourself. I mean, you watch me. You cannot have negative thoughts after watching me. That means I didn't do a good job. So subscribe to hear more of my positive thoughts. And I post every day, so hit the bell button to get notified every day and come see me. We're complete. Your beliefs and dopamine. So dopamine is the motivation and reward chemical But it does not get released just after that you do something rewarding. It does not get released just after the reward. It actually gets released also when you anticipate that something is gonna be rewarding. When you think that if I do this action, I'm gonna have a reward. So your motivation for the action, to do the action, will increase. Just because you believed that it's gonna be rewarding and it's gonna work. Your belief will change how much motivation and how much energy it will give this action. That's why it's so important to think positively about the outcome. Be delusional about it. Be delusional, no one's stopping you. Delusion, delusion, delusion. Even if all the signs are telling you that it's not gonna work, just think that it's gonna work. If it worked, good. If it didn't work, then you didn't stress yourself. To my next point. Your brain is a prediction system. Your brain gets trained to notice certain things because your brain gets shaped according to what you focus on, according to what you learn. So it becomes better at noticing what it has seen before, and it ignores what it hasn't learned to recognize. For example, a designer will notice small details, small visual details that other people will not notice. A mechanic will notice small voice changes in the engine that other people will not notice. And this shows you that perception is trained. Your brain learns what matters and becomes sharp in it. Your brain learns what matters and it filters everything out. So again, what are you training your brain to do? Exactly, you are training your brain to come listen to my videos every day. That was good, huh? That was good. We can play it again. So when people tell you, become the version that you want to be, start acting like the version that you want to be, it's not just motivation. It's actually how the brain works. Because your brain builds your reality according to repetition, according to attention, to expectation, to prediction, and according to your beliefs. So you do not become instantly a new person. You train your brain to be that person. Reality is not what it is. Reality is not what you see. You see just what you know. Maybe this universe or this world is more abundant, is more beautiful, is more intriguing. But you don't see that. Because you don't know it. Because you don't believe in it. Your brain will see what it believes in it. And in order to have a better version of life, you have to believe in the positive. You have to believe in yourself delusionally. You have to start acting like the person you want to become. Because if you act like him or her, what's gonna happen? You're gonna become that person. And as always, I love you and I will see you tomorrow in a new video. Take care of yourself.